fans. Oh, welcome, Eagles fans and Three Birds fans, to episode 32 of Three Birds and a Punt. I am Afia. I am joined by my hosts, Whip and John. Say hey, guys.
What up, y'all?
Hey.
Long time.
Hey. The title of the episode tonight is The Reckoning. And you know, we got a lot to go through because, like my guy Whip said, it's been a long time since we've been here with y'all. And we really got to talk about this game that's finishing up tonight. But first, make sure you subscribe and download to Three Birds and a Punt on Spotify, Apple, Anchor, or wherever you get your podcasts. We're also on YouTube, as you can see us right now, live and in charge. Make sure you hit that live button. Whip. Please make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. And don't forget to follow us on Twitter and on Instagram at Three Birds and a Punt. We have appreciated all your support, everybody who stuck with us through our little hiatus. You know, real world gets in the way sometimes, but we're back at it because we have to talk about these damn birds, okay? All right? I off camera, my guy Whip finally admitted something to me that I feel like, you know, the whole Eagles fandom and Three Birds fandom needs to hear. So I'm going to let him start off the recap of the game because I really think he need to get something off his chest. Go ahead, Whip.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, no?
No.
John, you remember, right?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Don't backtrack on me now, boy.
No, I'm gonna say it, man, because I'm a man of my word.
Yeah.
Eagles gonna win the Super Bowl.
In what year? I noticed you didn't say that.
So here's the deal, man. I finally come to the realization, guys, is that after watching several weeks of this, man, that Jalen Hurts is not the guy.
Say it again.
You heard me. Jalen Hurts is not the guy.
Wait, I'm sorry. One more time. I couldn't hear you.
Yo, you know what? Before I even answer you again, you know, she's been waiting to hear this because she's been telling me and John this for the longest time. Mm-hmm. And before I even admit it, I still hate Carson Wentz. I still think he's ass trash.
It's separate from Carson.
No, because the reason why I say that because you are a Carson Wentz fan. And I respect that.
Listen. I appreciated what Carson could do for us as a player. Some other stuff that he has grown into, I'm not the biggest whatever.
Yeah, dude is trash to me. But here's the thing.
At the same time, I am judging Jalen on Jalen.
So I'm going to admit this. As I was saying, I got to see more footage, and today just. It just snapped for me, man. Like, the dude is not the QB. And even though it's still early, man, but no. Because here's the thing. I'm watching him, man, and I'm saying to myself, dude, you got to stop running so damn much. He runs a lot. That's his first instinct is to run, okay? And I noticed the cat always running to the right side of the field. Now, John alluded to me that Dak Prescott used to do that in his rookie season. Okay. Now maybe it's coaching fundamentals involved in this, and maybe it is, but I don't see him changing that because and I'm looking, I'm like, dude, do you realize that if you run to the left side of the field, maybe you can, you know, throw down the middle of the field and, you know, do some other things. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, bro, throw the ball somewhere else. It's like you can't keep running to the right side of the field looking for results. I mean, and guess what? Other teams are scouting you, Jalen Hurts. They know what you're doing. And like we went in here and look, real rap. Shout out to all the Eagle fans that spend all their hard-earned money on that bullshit ass trip to Vegas because I know y'all mad, yo. I am so happy I ended up going to one of our only wins maybe we'll have this season in Atlanta. Like, in hindsight, I knew it. Yeah, and I like salute to you guys, man. You know, hopefully, you know, you go home and you met somebody new in your life. You got a hell of a drink. You smoked the best herb on the planet. You did something. You got to gamble. You went to Vegas. Well, listen, Whip. Whatever happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. So the tape of this hopefully will stay there Yeah.
And they will just, erase this whole entire trip from their process. Like
Yeah,
it didn't even happen.
I'm done with it, man.
You know,
I'm done.
I think before we even get into additional comments on thoughts of the game, we gotta know what John says. I see we have some viewers here. All right, we have Connor, we have Ann, and I think Connor is also. I'm surprised that Connor agrees that Jalen Hurts is also the guy, because I had several conversations where Connor tried to convince me to give him baby just one more chance. And I just, listen, who am I going to believe? You or my lying eyes? I'm just, you see what you see. But I think in general, this is everything that I've been kind of trying to explain to you guys for a long time. That as much as we like what Jalen can bring to the offense, which is a dynamic running ability, right? And he's got, he makes these unscripted plays that are really great. But when it comes to being able to play within the structure of the offense, he's just going to struggle. We can see it now after a certain number of games, his refusal to throw to the middle of the field. Whip mentioned it, his predominant need to always bail out early and go to the right versus the left, cutting off another half of the field. His accuracy, the fact that we constantly have to argue, is it his arm strength? Is it arm talent? What is going on with these throws? Everything is telling us that this kid, he's a young man, he still has room to grow, but his consistency measure is just not there. And we have to stop, trying to wait for something to develop that I don't think is there in him.
John, what's your
You know what the most difficult thing is with the raw quarterback is playing game experience and playing experience, and playing in a system that's already predated to when that player joined the team. With Jalen, I think this is him cutting his teeth. He's going to look rough. Like we went into this year, no, we were going to look rough. No, we're going to look rough. But we had a good roster in place. You know what I mean? Like the defensive hold. But that's something we can talk about another time. As far as linebacker play, opposite of Singleton, trash. But as far as Jalen, he's not able to get into his reads. And I feel like he's trying, if you really think about it though, really, really, really think about it, a lot of it's on the coach. To have a young quarterback account for 80% of your offense he's really a rookie, a first year player, if you given the keys, so to speak, the franchise. He's accounting for 80% of the offense. 80% of the offense. You're bound to fail if you don't rely on your other players. You don't have a stable running game that you can rely on. That's gonna get move the chain. You need move the chain offense. Like it should start with just running ISO, running sweeps, running counters. Then you go to your screen game. You don't start with your screen game off the bat. I mean, it catches teams off guard, but after the 5th week of doing it, they know what's coming. They know your plays. They know you like to throw to the right. So they're going to scheme up the zone, and they're going to have their guys sit and make it difficult for you to find the windows to throw to. Sirianni has to do a better job. Brian Johnson, the quarterback's coach, has to do a better job. The offensive coordinator needs to do a better job. The tight ends coach, they got to get on the same page as far as mid game and close like certain situations, because you're just sitting there like, oh, 3rd and 8. Oh, here comes an RPO. It's 3rd and 8. What y'all doing?
Right, John.
What are you doing? What the fuck are you doing? Excuse my language.
You bring up a great point, right? You mentioned this idea that Jalen Hurts is 80% of our offense. And why are you giving so much to a young QB so early? Why aren't you trying to help him and nurture him and to a certain extent, I wonder about that, because I feel like some of the plays that they do allow him to play are very train-wheeled, very simple, basic plays. But at the same time, I wonder, what if the mandate from the front office is, we need to find out what we have in Hurts, and we already know what we have in Miles Sanders. We know Gainwell will be a receiving weapon. We need to know what we have in our receivers. We need to know what we have in our QB. throw the ball, right? And so the Sirianni and our offensive coordinator, who admittedly are not well versed in the style of play that Jalen succeeds in, they are trying their best to articulate that vision every week that we see on the field to kind of see what they have in Hurts. But realistically, what they have in Hurts is a very, one read, RPO type, very limited structurally within the offense. You can actually see it, I think, sometimes in how he manages the game, because what I'm hearing and what I'm seeing from these people, they're saying like, okay, look, we put in these RPOs to help Jalen's game, to help him out in this, that, or third fashion, but he's so quick to pass instead of run. He's not reading the field. He's just reacting to predetermined decisions, right? Versus when they took a little bit of the RPOs out today and they actually had pure running plays, they took that decision out of his hands. Yes, okay, we were running the ball a lot better, but still pass-wise, we were still as anemic as always.
I agree. Look, man, at the end of the day, ain't nothing going to change. You know what? I was telling myself earlier, okay, well, the first drive, they looked good. I actually had some hope. But as soon as I seen that defense, I said, you know what? I ain't going to sit here and get my hopes up high, man. I ain't going to get my hopes up high about the damn draft picks no more either, because long as Howard Roseman is this GM, ain't nothing going to change, man. It's nothing going to change. There's nothing going to change. It's going to be the same thing. And I said this, I believe I said this a long time ago when we first started our podcast, that I'm going to sue the Philadelphia Eagles, man. I am, because for health reasons, all right. Like you can imagine how many people probably had strokes, heart attacks, anxiety, all because of this team. Think about that. I'll probably be the first man to go live with it and say I am going to hire a lawyer and sue their ass, because this
probably win too.
This
probably
is crazy.
Win.
Yeah, this
never lost.
Yeah, this don't make any sense, bro. It's like, and y'all keep forgetting, and y'all got to keep this in mind too, guys. When you have the owner tell you, I'd rather you throw the ball than run, keep that in mind. That played a major part into this, okay? A major part. And 100%. A lot of people don't realize that. All right, 100%. Sirianni is the fall guy for this team, man. All right?
Yeah.
Just like Doug was.
Soon as Doug Peterson decided to grow some balls and be like, yo, I need to get my own squad, they fired his ass.
And now we can almost re-see a little bit of this Chip thing, right? Because we're like, maybe Chip was the only one. Chip and Andy were maybe the only ones that really stand up to this knucklehead asshole who always is trying to butt in when he don't need to really be butting in.
Correct.
And that's the thing. There's no boundaries in this organization. The owner makes personnel decisions. And what experience to wit gives him the right to go out here and make these personnel decisions?
Well, that's him.
And then you know what? Okay, fine. You wanna make personnel decisions. You own the team. Okay, own that shit. Come out into the team and tell us, hey, look, I chose Jalen, knowing that my QB was fragile off this whole backup QB situation.
Mm-hmm.
Just own that shit. I chose JJ. Thinking, the wingspan, analytically, he'll look like he'll be able to do it, even though bitch can't get separation worth a damn. Motherfucker got hurt. I didn't even know he was in the game.
Great special teamer. Great
blocker for a second round pick. Great blocker.
Great special team. Great gunner on punt team.
Just admit you chose what's that DN that we chose because he was a Philly fan? What's that guy's name?
Vinny Curry. Oh yeah.
I know you're talking about
Penn State.
Sharif
Miller. Yeah.
Man, just own it.
He was good though. He was good in college though. He was actually very good. That line, that Penn State line was nice.
Why are you always defending that man every time we mention his name, bro?
No, I seen him play. I seen him play in high school. That boy was nasty.
Listen.
That boy was nasty.
I seen Jalen Hurts play in college, and he was nice.
Right.
He was a Heisman runner-up.
How
he
he
was
doing
a
right
Heisman
now?
runner-up.
Listen, next you're gonna tell me Greg Ward got something to offer. Go ahead, man.
Yo, I saw G Ward. G Ward won me $1,100 on FanDuel college football. Houston. He had like 400 yards passing, like 100 yards rushing in the Outback Bowl. Houston upset like what team was it? The team that Houston played was ranked, and Houston wasn't, and they smoked them. Greg Ward was the quarterback. Greg Ward was nasty.
So, well, guess
Greg
what?
Ward was nasty. So
Listen,
I
college
always have
game
respect
don't
for that dude.
translate, bro. Cause
I still
look,
have respect for him. He was nasty.
Can we use him now? Can we use him now?
They probably could. He'd be better. That boy is kind of smooth.
Listen. I'm so tired of this fucking shotgun bullshit in the red zone.
Yeah, it's so predictable.
I'll
It's
take
so predictable.
a wildcat. I'll take anything. And it killed me. I tuned in late to the game, because I'm off market, so I had to find it. You know,
Me too.
and I saw Booby get hurt, and I was like, fuck, like y'all finally running the ball. Then I see Boston Scott getting all these goddamn touches. I'm like, y'all finally running the ball, and Booby's hurt.
You know who we got to call up? Agent 24, brother. Call that grown man up.
Or knowing how Howie Roseman is, because like I said, man, all of this is planned. I don't care what nobody say. Every move that the Eagles make is, I'm going to get the approval from Howie Roseman and old Beetlejuice over there. All right. Here's the thing, man. Jordan Howard been on that practice field since they begun playing. Okay. And you keep in mind, the trade deadline is what, on the 2nd?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they're going to call Jordan Howard up, bro. I think they're going to go ahead and probably trade one of those 5th-round picks or 4th-round picks they got to the Colts and grab Marlon Mack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
I liked him at the U. He was nice.
I think ultimately for the team, like nothing will really change until you're right, till how we kind of, they finally clean house and they put things to right, and they recognize, instead of trying to continually sell themselves on their bad decisions, right? Just buying into the sunk cost, season, draft after draft after draft, just call it what it is. And these guys have been covering, in whatever free agents we can gather, have been covering the complete and utter abysmal record we've had drafting. And we're extremely mediocre. And we won't be anything other than mediocre until Howie's gone. Period.
Yeah. Listen, everything you saying is I agree 100%. And it's never going to get better until that man is gone. And like I said to y'all before, man, and then I'm gonna say it again. I think that man got sexual photos of Lori.
Don't even stop.
I said that, man. Y'all think I'm joking when I say that. Look, he gotta have some shit on his man, bro. Listen, there's no way.
Listen, we're NC-17 show, guys. So kids, get the hell out of here.
Get your ass off this, because this is for adults. And I'm gonna finish saying this. This man got something. I don't know if he got this man doing something he ain't supposed to be doing. He doing some shit. Who knows? No. Because you watch this man single-handedly destroy this team. Then when he get on the radio, he talk how good this team is, this, that, and the third. Bro, ain't shit good about this squad. I got my brother who's actually watching right now, who likes to harass me. This man sends me messages via the iPhone joint, and he harasses me every day of how bad this team is. He it's so bad that he even talks in a third party and say him and the boys is going to sing a song about how the Eagles is, and him and the boys is just him and himself singing like he got a fucking squad or R&B group behind him. All right, so think about that, yo. It's embarrassing. And I sit here and I try to laugh about it, but being a diehard Eagles fan is really embarrassing, because now we got to watch the Dallas Cowboys win the NFC East, and they will.
Yeah.
They will.
Pretty much.
And they're going to win it, and we're going to sit back, and we're going to take all the ass shots. I hate to use that word by all these Dallas fans, and they're going to talk shit about us.
Listen, Whip. They're gonna win the worst division in football and then get their ass handed to them in the first round in the playoffs. Like, ain't nobody worried. Like, I don't. For realistically, we just gotta get our house in order, and that takes doing the hard work. I think, you bring up a lot of predilections that may or may not be happening behind the scenes. I don't know about that. I think it's really very simple. Howie Roseman gives Jeff Lurie cover to play GM. He gets to pick who he wants to pick, and then Howie gets to go out and come up with a rationale for it. And correct. Howie's really good at being that guy. He doesn't mind. And so I think that if Jeff Lurie wanted better boundaries, he'd have better boundaries. He wants to be the GM, but he don't want the criticism that comes with being the GM. I don't think this guy. Just think about it. Just think about how he came into ownership of the team. Like, no shade. I just don't think this guy has ever necessarily been in a position to be criticized or be held like no, And when he was just starting out as ownership of the team, the coach could kind of say that. Andy could kind of say that because Andy had more experience than Jeff. But now at this particular point, I think Jeff is egotistical enough to think I have more experience. I've been in this league. I took this organization from whatever millions of dollars to almost worth close to, several $100 million, So no, I'm not going to let anybody come in and tell me what to do with my team. I had somebody come in, chip, and I lost my team. I'll never let that happen to me again. So I just think that this is just him completely having his hand in every single facet of the organization to our detriment.
So let me ask you this question, just to move on. Was there any standouts to you in today's game from our squad? And I would say it was Dallas Goedert. He did his thing.
Yeah.
Dallas had some good catches. I think it will be very interesting to see how he performs down the line as the number one tight end. But where does he make his bread and butter? The middle of the field. How often are we shooting down the middle of the field? It's kind of hard to judge that, And then I think I like what Kenny Gainwell brings to the offense. I'd like to see him. I really would like to see the backs get at least 15 touches a game, 15, 20 touches a game. I think that's important just to see what the rhythm of having them have a little bit of volume would look like, Devontae Smith, I don't know what's going on with him. 3 drops.
No. One of those drops wasn't his fault because the dude did a Carson Wentz and threw it to the ground. Okay. And I seen that, and I was like, okay, that's not his fault. But the other 2, I give him that.
Okay, and then he keeps getting squeezed out. So I'm a little bit concerned about maybe some of his size concerns are having a little bit of an impact on his game.
I think it's just, not to cut you off. I think it's just the way that Jalen Hurts is throwing him the ball.
It's true. Jalen does throw to the boundaries. He doesn't really throw He throws a ball, he throws a soft ball, but it always leads. It doesn't really allow. You're either not gonna get it or you're slow enough to catch it. It's just not a good way to.
He hangs it a little too high. He hangs his deep balls a little too high sometimes. Even the intermediate passes.
He's 6 foot. He don't really have the arm. He don't have the arm strength, perhaps. So he kind of has to take that deep drop. Hitch real his wind up takes forever.
Dude, yeah, I agree. And dude, I said, he tries to make a play, and and I'm like, dude, look, what's wrong with you, bro? Get the ball out your hand. Like I said earlier, his first instinct is to run. Mm-hmm. That's his mindset. His mindset is based on running. He won't throw the ball first. His mindset is to run. And that was the problem that Doug Peterson had with him when he was coaching. Remember, he was saying, dude got to stop, look for some players, man. Look for some wide receivers. And that's going to be an issue. And if Sirianni continue to allow him to do that, it's going to be the same old song, man.
But I think Sirianni is continuously telling him to stay in the pocket because they talk about it in the press conferences all the time that they're trying their best to have him only have 30% off script plays and to be in the pocket 70% of the time, and he's just not.
Well,
I don't think he can get past his first read. His processing of the field is just poor. It could be height related. We got a lot of tall guys out there. I don't know if we're getting enough of a deep drop, and our team's not. I don't know, but he's not seeing.
That's why they go out.
I don't
agree
agree with
pass
that.
out a gun.
I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that assessment.
I do.
John. I don't.
They run at a shotgun, but then they'll do a play action pass under center. Like when like a run.
Drop for a play action pass.
No, I hear that. I can't agree with you saying this is height because Kyler Murray is shorter than him. Tua is shorter than him.
But they run a spread. They run an air raid spread.
Yeah, I understand.
But then he takes the shot.
But or have you ever thought that our O-line is ass this year? You ever thought about that? Because it is.
He can't hold on. He's holding the ball long. He's holding the ball really long.
Relatively speaking, our O-line isn't that bad.
It ain't that bad, but they can't.
Bad as it wasn't. It's not as bad as last year. Like,
no, I agree. But guess what? You can't become a pocket quarterback if your O-line can't stand up for you. It's like he only got what 2.5 seconds to stand back there before he can. He's tough
to throw, but he bails. He bails too early.
I agree.
I don't agree with this idea that it's because early on, a lot of the times, a lot of the penalties we were seeing was RPO plays. They're getting in their run stance. He's holding on to the ball too long because he can't see the field well. And I think that there are times when it's a clean pocket, but because he senses pressure, he gets a little happy feet. His feet never settle. That's what I noticed for Jalen.
Take the trash out.
So, Alexa, stop. So that's my thing is sorry about that, guys, in the audio. But that's my thing. Like his feet never settle. And that's why he's always so antsy to get out. And maybe it's because he's young. And maybe after some time he'll get better. But I don't know. I don't know about realistically giving him time when I want to see what coach's offense looks like. Run the way he wants it to be run. I just would like to see what a better pairing would look like. They've been talking all off season and all season about how to marry their abilities together, and it's just not showing up on the field.
I'll say this. At least he ran the ball today, and it paid off until Boobie got hurt. Okay, so now with that being said, you got to ask yourself, well, he got to ask himself, not us. Now that you see that this thing work, do you continue to run it or do you allow Beetlejuice Laurie to be upset with you? Something to think about there, right? Because think about this, because if he continued to run the ball, it's going to be a problem. And that was the problem. That's what happened with Doug. He got exiled because of Jeffrey Lurie and them, because he felt as though, look, I need my own staff, this, that, and the third. And if I decide to run the ball and mix it up, I'm going to lose my damn job.
Right.
So, I don't know. Just another bad loss for this Eagles team, man. I really had high expectations going into today's game.
Yeah, you did. You said 10 and 11, motherfucker.
I did. And now I feel bad because now I gotta go to work tonight. Hearing Cowboys fans jump on my goddamn neck. My brother won't stop harassing me, and it's to the point to where I gotta play me some damn sad song, fucking intro music just to walk into this goddamn building because I know damn well they're gonna look for me from the gate. So thank you, Eagles. I appreciate you bastard.
Well, I, an intellectual, noticed the dumpster fire of a season coming. So I've been vibing out this whole season. So this is all just jokes to me, honestly. This is just hilarious. Everything that's happening is just hilarious to me. track record is on brand this season. I think I've accurately called every game this season. It feels
Actually, you did. I admit that you have.
so. We're gonna see about this Lions game. I said that too, right? That's my game. That if we can't get right against the Lions, I want to see. We got to bench him. I'm sorry. Got to. It's fire sale season anyway. I feel like Dillard's getting out of here. We should have traded Cox 2-3 seasons ago. I love you.
It's strange you say that. I think they gonna trade his ass on the second, yo. I think Fletcher out of here.
That needs to get the fuck out of here as soon as possible.
Yeah, I agree. I think Fletcher's going. I think Fletcher's out of here, yo.
I mean, honestly, realistically, if I was the vets, I would look to get off of this team because this is not. There's no winning culture being cultivated here, and clearly, whatever message that Coach Sirianni is trying to get across, it's not really coming in. And the vets that you thought were supposed to be instilling the values of your program. I mean, look, did you see Kels out here tonight? And I love Kels, and I'm not trying to put none on him. I'm just saying the frustration and the feeling of like your results are not being seen on the field because what? I don't know.
He gonna retire anyway. He out of this mode.
Yeah.
Listen, Zach's gone. What the fuck did he got to stay for? Lane, God bless him, is continuing to struggle with a lot of things. I think maybe because he sees what's on the field and he's not with it. Or I don't know, whatever's going on with him. BB is gone. I love him, but he at this point, we can't rely on him to stay healthy. I think Lane Dickerson is up and down. Was he worth a second round pick? I don't know.
I like Lane.
And then Malata had a bad game. And I don't know if that was due to the switch from right to left back.
He had a terrible game. That was
paid a lot of money for him to kind of shit the bed tonight.
Yeah, that was probably the worst game I ever seen Malata play, man. He was getting beat all across the damn board, man. And I ain't never
had that motherfucker on skates. He's a big man.
Yeah, he is. And yeah, he looked like he was ice skating with the Olympic team and shit.
And listen, don't even get me. I know we gotta go. We spent a lot of time talking about this game, but like the defense, I'm gonna just say right now, hate zone. Period.
If they need to just play man. Why don't they just play man? Get beat. Again, get beat deep. Play fucking man.
Jonathan Gannon should be fired into the sun.
I agree. This militaristic ass zone defense is doing nothing for them. You have a premier corner and a very good corner on the other side, and a very good corner in Devontae Maddox, who's been playing surprisingly well.
Yeah, he has. Maddox has been playing his ass off.
You play man. Let your linebackers. I'm sorry. Let your linebackers get beat in coverage. Then you can see who you had to replace. And all signs show Eric Wilson. Why is that dude still on the field? He was terrible.
Eric Wilson is terrible. Mike Epps is terrible. And let's be real. Let's come to show what's going on. This D-line has not shown up as advertised.
Not at all.
At all.
I would keep.
Even Hargrave has settled down after the last couple.
Because he got tired of doing all the goddamn work. He like, man, I'm not doing all of this. I ain't getting paid like Fletcher.
Right.
You know what I mean? I would keep.
It's bad.
I would keep Nelson, man. I would sign him. Nelson.
Yeah.
Nelson. At the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, the Eagles, the terrible Eagles, fall to the Raiders, 33-22. And that's it.
22.
We done.
That's my favorite number, and that's ruined for this nut ass team. Well, whatever. All right. Well. Let's move on to, I guess, happier or simpler pastures. Let's kind of do a little bit of a wrap around the league real quick and kind of check in with some of these other teams that are a little bit more amusing and enjoyable than these bum-ass Eagles. My team that I was excited to see and I thought was doing pretty good today. Who did I see today? I like the Cardinals. I thought they did. They did pretty well.
That motherfucker was real.
Aaron Rodgers, as always, is usually doing good. I'm surprised to see how well things are going over there. They had
I got one better than that. Did y'all see the numbers that the Bengals put up on the Ravens?
I was gonna say. You see Jamar Chase.
Jamar Chase
catches 201 yards.
Yo, but you know what? No, I'm gonna tell you, Jamar Chase season is all because of Burrow.
Yep, 100%.
If we had him here, that would be Devontae Smith. So I don't want to hear that. I want to hear that Jamar Chase is better than Devontae shit, because it's not. What it is that it's a better QB.
It is 100%. 100%. A better QB would be able to get Devontae, and
yes.
I don't know. I don't know if we have any other receivers actually. Well, Quez Watkins is good, but they would be able to give them,
Yeah. But the Bengals is real. Also, the Patriots look like the Patriots of old, beating the shit out of the Jets. Like, yo, that's
54 points.
He's gonna do.
54
points. They're gonna do everything they need to do against a rookie QB.
Yeah, that's embarrassing though, man.
54 points.
54 points.
54 points on the Jets.
Well, Zach Wilson went out at some point, right? He hurt his knee.
He got hurt. But
can I bring up the Panthers bench Sam Darnold? Okay,
how about
against the freaking Giants, third quarter. That was insane. Okay, so I guess it wasn't just coaching, right? Sometimes it's not just coaching.
All right, so what
about to get Deshaun Watson?
What about the new America's team in Kansas City? What happened to them boys?
I feel that hurts. I like them. I like Kansas City. That hurts. I like them. I like Tariq Hill.
But you know what? That's Super Bowl fatigue. And honestly, as we all know, we all see it because we've been through it with Andy ourselves, right?
Yeah, we have.
At that downshift of not winning the big ones, 2, 3, whatever times, it's that plateau point.
And then not only that though, guys, y'all got to keep in mind, man. You got a damn. And it's funny that this guy is on a team called the Titans because he's a fucking Titan himself. Mm-hmm. You got Derrick Henry running the ball. Mm-hmm. Like, you're not stopping that, man. Mm-hmm. It's nothing you can do about it. And it's like, I'm watching this game and I'm saying to myself, damn, boy. Even Patrick Mahomes looked like he was like
very unsynced.
Yeah, he didn't look like himself, man. It was just a lot of shocking games today that blew my mind. But like I said earlier, the team that really shook and shocked me is what the Bengals did in Baltimore. All right, like they really went in there and did the damn thing.
I have a fun fact. The Ravens, when they play at home at 1 p.m., were undefeated for like 10 years.
Right. Wow.
Really? When the Ravens played at home at 1 p.m., the Ravens were like undefeated for maybe more than 10 years.
They were saying Lamar Jackson was Mr. October, just like they were saying Patty was, Mr. September. And now I think everything has been flipped. One of the things I love about this, the NFL, is that there's always parity. So you can come in each season and you don't have to recognize, like, there's never necessarily going to be that true dynasty that's going to have an ironclad hold over everything, as we're clearly seeing. The only one that was close to it was the Patriots, and I think maybe now more and more we're maybe seeing it was a little bit more Brady than Belichick. But who knows? We'll see. Once Mac Jones matures.
Y'all also seen that Detroit actually hung in there with the Rams. They hung in there.
Yeah.
We need to be prepared for trick plays. We need to be prepared for the unexpected. And it's all going to be about attention to detail.
But who the fuck are we fooling, man? This is the Eagles, man. Detroit might come in here and put a fucking 50 piece on us. Who the hell knows,
You know
bro?
what's so crazy? We haven't won a home game this season.
I was at that Niners game. That shit was embarrassing.
Man, listen.
I was like, damn, I gotta celebrate my birthday. This bullshit. Sorry. It was
It's kind of crazy. We do better on the road than at home. That's
you can't even go into a Sunday game thinking that your team is going to win, even against the worst teams in the league.
We don't have no home field advantage.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna predict this right now. All right,
we used to.
Everybody, because I know right now we don't got that many viewers, but it's gonna pick up once this thing ends. I'm gonna say this to you right now. I predict Detroit to beat the Eagles 24-17. I promise you that. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I got a funny feeling that Detroit is going to beat the dog crap out of us at home, in their home, and we're gonna lose. and it's going to continue. We got the easiest schedule in the league right now. Going forward right now, we're going to lose. We're going to lose. It ain't nothing. You know what? Now I think about it, John. I don't even want to go like trade for nobody on the second. What's the purpose of trading for anybody? What's the purpose of it? Like we ain't doing nothing, bro. Like, are you now? Wait. Now, are you going to trade for somebody to sign them to next year? I can see that.
Yeah.
No,
okay.
I hate this. Look, just call it what it is. Get our evaluations in. Yeah, that's what we need to be doing right now. We need to honestly be like we just mentioned, fire selling our vets. Okay, so they can go and get the best that they can out the last few years of their career.
Correct.
And playing these young guys so that we can get a real serious evaluation of player versus scheme. And we can really see. And honestly, I would give Jalen some plays off. I would, because I want to see what it looks like when a quarterback has a little bit more consistency and has hit the accuracy of his throws.
Put Minshew in there, man. I want to see Minshew. I'm not. Listen, I do. I want to see what he can do.
All I'll say last word on this, I guess, before we get into any NBA stuff, is I had put out a tweet several whatever months ago saying that I didn't think like I said that Gardner Minshew was a security blanket for them just in case Jalen didn't work out, and here we are.
Yeah, you did.
People didn't want to believe me. People tried to flame me on that one, but we're talking about it like it's an option.
Yeah,
he knows the offense too. See, I think they limit the offense.
Extremely
they limit the offense, and they play the Jalen's strengths. No, they gotta. I don't know. In the off season, sit down and like, look, this is what's going to work. This is what's going to get us to the next level. You gotta look at your reads to the left. Your reads to the left are getting abandoned. You're taking off. You need to cut that shit out. You're not gonna last in the league like that. You can be holding a clipboard, sitting on the bench. You need to. I don't know because he has. It's weird because he has.
Have that talk, instead of having that talk with him in the off season, they need to have that talk with him tonight.
Hey,
yeah.
Hey,
you know what?
Okay?
He has all the intangibles.
They need to tell him that if I'm not seeing plays to the left or in the middle of the field, you're getting benched at halftime. Period.
It's the most puzzling thing. He has all the intangibles, yet game day he shits the bed and you're like 100 yards passing. How many passes he throw? What?
My man had a total of 62 passing yards in the third quarter. That's sad, bro. Yo, Fat girl smell like breakfast down there on the chat said this is sad. He says that because we're talking bad about our birds. You know what? Hey, everybody not a Colts fan, you bastard.
Listen, it's what do you call it? It's a mirror moment. Okay, and some of us have been looking in this mirror for a really long time and just being accountable to others have sunken their head in the sand and continue to blindly support an organization that isn't really, doing anything for its fans. And it kills me because we are the best fan base in the league. How many people came out to Vegas? How many people?
They took over that whole damn stadium, yo.
It was green.
And how many seasons have we been subjected to that type of behavior?
You're right. But what's funny is y'all can just imagine, guys, how many drunk Philly fans is in that stand. Mad as shit. How many knuckles is going on right now? It's so many fights popping off right now.
Not fights because they're in the casino. They're right near the casino, so they probably gambling.
Right, they're drowning their sorrows in the.
Well, man, look, I'm done talking about these bum ass birds. Let's go to the next subject, please.
Absolutely. I don't know if this subject is gonna get our heart rate going down any further, because we're gonna switch gears a little bit and talk about our Sixers. They're playing tonight. I don't know if JoJo is playing or whatever, but we're gonna be talking a little bit about the other Sixer, the prodigal son, Mr. Ben Simmons.
Oh man,
what a fall from grace!
Right, I think there's a lot to unpack with the Ben Simmons situation and everything going on with that. I mean, we don't have that much time. We may have to do a special podcast just for that because I know we all have very, very opinionated thoughts about his situation. But just right now, just understanding they're playing tonight. He's not playing. He said, he's not mentally ready to join the team. He needs time, and he wants to play. And JoJo asked us to embrace him as our brother and welcome him back with open arms. And everybody's determined to put aside differences to go win a title and so on and so forth. And I'm just, what's the real of it, yo? How y'all really feel about it?
So here's the thing, and the reason why I start this off, because y'all already know how I feel about this cat. But I'm going to say this, and this is going to make your eyes pop out your head. I take it back. I take everything back, because I honestly believe that this dude is really mentally going through a lot, man. It takes a man to admit his wrongs, and he did that to his team. He pulled everybody to the side and he told them what was going on. Now, maybe it's cap up, maybe it's not. But then again, I start thinking about it, man. Dude probably really is fucked up in the head, because everybody, all his career, telling him, shoot the ball more, and he refuses to do it. And that last game against Atlanta, and when he passed up that dunk, and I got to thinking about it. He did that because he was scared to go to the line and shoot the foul, because he knew if he would have slammed on him, it would have been a foul. And he did not want to be subjected to more ridicule of getting laughed at and people telling him his game is bad and having Shaq and Barkley come at his neck on a regular. And you got fans such as myself who can't stand the fucker. But I had to sit back and say to myself, you know what, man? I worked in the human services field, the mental health field before, and the shit is real. It's not a joke. So I'm going to be the first Three Bird member to admit my wrong and apologize to that little bastard. Because if he's really going through something like that, man, that's nothing to joke around about. And he knew what he did was wrong, and maybe him taking time apart from the team. And if he's really getting professional help, and I really hope he is, that's good for him. But him still trying to get up out of Philly and selling his home and shit, that was all him. He wants to fuck out of here. All right. That don't have nothing to do with the mental part. He don't want to be here. But for him to do the shit he was doing, I can understand if he has anxiety like that. And I know that my friend Afia know more about that more than anybody. So what's your thoughts on it?
Oh, well, I mean, I think I'm glad that Ben is finally admitting to what was pretty obvious to everybody, right? Yeah. I think the Hawk series pretty much crystallized how much he was just caught up in his own thoughts and his own fears and all the expectations on having to perform. And, as a mental health professional, as a student, getting a degree in mental health, my heart goes out to him. And I wish, when we're look, we just had Lane miss 3 games, not to take it back to football, but we just had Lane miss 3 games because he was battling anxiety and depression. You understand? And he knew that he needed to take the time away, and that being there was actually going to be a detriment to his team to try to perform when his mind wasn't right. And we just saw in the Olympics, Simone Biles take that same step, right? Correct. And it is a real thing. You have to understand that mental health is physical health. So if you don't feel mentally right, and you're still, how many of us didn't get a good night's sleep, had a bad night, was ruminating on something, and then still had to get up and go to work the next day? And how well did we really perform at our jobs to the best of our abilities under that type of strain? And then we magnify that out to this man having the hopes and dreams of an entire city rested on his shoulders. Yeah. Okay. And I'm not here to condone the way that he acted afterwards, but I'm here to say that if you look at it appropriately, he was just lashing out, and he has continued to lash out because he's in pain. And when you're hurting and when you're in pain, that is one way that you try to mediate that sensation. You hurt people.
I agree.
And this was the actions of a young man who's in pain. And until he can acknowledge that and reckon with that, and get the help that he needs, which hopefully I hope he's doing now. And honestly, there's no way for him to wiggle out of this, because if he's not mentally well, if he's faking, they won't pay him. If he is mentally unhealthy and he's getting the services he needs, he will be back up on the court.
Yeah, most definitely.
That's just how it's going. That's just the two lines we're in right now. So I just think that we need to recognize that it's very, 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 very hard for someone to admit that they're struggling.
I agree.
And when you have a hyper athlete or who's in a huge limelight, who has all these huge expectations, who, has had a lot of weight come down on him for any number of reasons. We all know this man needs better mental resilience. We all know it. But that he needed this long process to get there, to recognize it for himself, is his. We can't judge that because we all come to that own conclusion in our own time.
All right, John, it's 7:53, dog. The time is yours. Give us your thoughts on it, man, and this pod, bro.
I'm glad that we got a little bit of resolution to this whole thing. It's unfortunate, like he was billed a star from early, and to be in the footsteps of his father, who played professional basketball before him, and going to a prep school, tearing it up, being billed the man, going to LSU, being billed the man, getting drafted by the Sixers high, expected to be the man, and you get comfy in your lifestyle and you're good. You're good. Your team is on the cusp of being great, but you're good. Team recognizes that you're a good player. They give you a massive max deal. That's a lot of pressure. Like, and to have it all unfold as it did in the playoff series, there's a lot of weight that was already on him before that. There's a lot of naysayers saying that he sucks, he can't shoot, he's not a guard, put him at power forward. He can pass. He's a good pace setter. He can shoot, but he just won't shoot. So there's a definite mental block there. And I think with him wanting to leave and doing all the things he did, selling his houses and things like that, I think it's fear. I think it's
Correct.
fear
it is
fear of he not only did he let his team down, he let
the city of Philadelphia
all of Philadelphia down. And that's probably something he wants no part of.
He can't mentally face it.
He didn't want to deal with that. He didn't want to deal
with
it.
And
I get it. And the hardest, the part that sucks the most for me is the misinterpretation of who Philly is as a fan. Because I think Jason Kelce was trying to explain it to him. It's not so much about the wins and the losses. It's about the accountability and your effort.
Exactly.
Okay. If Ben had just been real, like, listen, we all saw you didn't hit that dunk. We all saw it.
Melted.
But if you had been on that stage after the game and admitted it, yeah, listen, I got in my head, and that was it. Remember when Nelson was just honest? I am not helping my team. I am being a detriment. We 100% accept you when you're vulnerable. You admit that you fucked up, we will embrace you and we will celebrate you, win, loss, draw.
Yes, indeed.
When you hide from it, that's when we're gonna be like, nah, bro, you're not gonna spit in my face and tell me it's raining. Like, we all know what's going on. And for you to be out here so we can enable you like all these other fucking people have enabled you, get the fuck out of here. That's not what Philly's here for. We're not gonna enable motherfuckers.
Exactly. And we saw what happened with Nelson. He did it. He did his treatment. He came back the next year and he balled out.
Exactly.
For the most part.
Exactly.
That Super Bowl run, we'll always remember for that Super Bowl run.
But also because they redefined expectations for him. Same thing they have to do with Ben. The thing is, we expect Ben to be a shooter. And I think, as y'all all are saying, that the weight of that expectation is crushing him.
Well, I hope in ending that the young man get the help he need, and once again, I don't believe that I'm saying this. And if it is a mental issue, I hope that you get the help. But if he can get his mind straight, we would love to have him back on his team because his transition means a lot to this squad. Yeah. But on a better note, before we end this show, I want to give a major shout out to my man Zach Ertz, man. Mm-hmm. All right. Thank you for your service on this team. Thank you for winning us our first Super Bowl. You are missed, and your contribution to this team meant a lot. and congratulations to Zach Ertz for scoring a 47-yard touchdown today for the Cardinals. I don't know if you guys know, but he wears his Eagle bracelet on his arm even in the game today.
Mm-hmm.
He had it on. If you can't tell me that's not loyalty and dedication to a franchise that you grew up in. Remember, he came to the Eagles as a kid and grew up as a man here.
Mm-hmm.
You can't tell me that's not loyalty, man. So with that being said, man, Zach Ertz to me is a class act. He is what Philadelphia Eagle is, and I know for a fact he'll be back here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he'll be on that wall.
Mm-hmm.
He'll be on that wall, and I'm gonna make sure, God willing, I'm still here, that I get this experience of him going on that wall when he retired. But that's my guy, man. I miss him already.
Me too.
Mm-hmm.
That's my guy.
I want to second that 100%. You know, with the time we have left, I miss Zach. I'm getting a Zach Ertz jersey. I don't even care if he's not with us no more. Like that shit is forever. Yep. And like we said, it's not about you winning or losing. It's about how you come and account to your performance with us. We used to flame Zach Ertz, still do on occasion, but we still love that guy, and we always 100% support that guy. We know his business over there in Arizona, and we know his family over here in Philly, and we miss you, Zach.
That's right.
You'll get those 11 receptions to break.
Yo, go get another ring, bro. Go get
another ring.
Go get one.
Get that Hall of Fame, man. He's close.
And the soft, John.
Zach Ertz is like the consummate, like a player you hope your team would draft and have a chance to have. We were lucky. He fell right where he did. And he's been nothing but a professional and embodies everything that the Philadelphia Eagle is, and on and off the field. And like it shows, especially when players that were on that Super Bowl team or of the past come back and would talk to Ertz or talk about Ertz, like they love him. Like they were in each other's weddings and stuff like that. Their families are close. Like that, to me, is everything. And that dude, he played hurt, one arm, like destroyed the Cowboys in certain times, some primetime games. Him and Jordan Matthews.
He understood our passion and he understood our heart, and that was
what got me, man, is when we was watching that game, when I seen him walking and crying, I already knew what it was. Remember, I tweeted that. I was like, yeah, he got traded, yo. I said he had to, because I seen what's the big boy name, the one that's the bodyguard. Yep, I seen Dom tap his shot. I said, yeah, man, he got traded. And what happened? News came out, he got traded.
Yeah.
So
it was expected, you know, how it kind of went out, this whole thing playing out. I don't know if it had to play out the way it did. We miss him, and we can't wait to have him back breaking the reception record. We know he'll get those 11 touches. All right, now that has been episode 32 of Three Birds and a Punt, The Reckoning. It was surely indeed, okay? We had a lot to get off our chest. Okay, a lot of come to Jesus moments out here on a Sunday. Hallelujah.
Lord.
Okay, all right. Well, if you don't go to church or pray at the altar of football, well, I wish you salvation or something. I don't know. Please make sure you subscribe and download to the podcast. We're streaming Apple, Anchor, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram and on Twitter at Three Birds and a Punt. And right now, we're on YouTube, so hit that subscribe button. Subscribe to us, download. We appreciate you. Go Birds, even this season.
Go Birds.
I wanted to draft. I just wanted to draft.
April can't get here fast enough.
Forward, man. Fast forward.
Go Birds.
Peace.
Go Birds.